Hey guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. So in today's video, we are going to be doing a what's in my camera bag video, and we haven't done one of these in a while, but because we are off to Europe in a few days, we thought that we would share with you what we're traveling with this time and share with you some of the gear that we've picked up in the last 6 months or so.
So the last time we went to Europe, we had very different kits. We both had big digital SLRs. Kayleigh had a Canon 5D Mark II and I had a very old Nikon D300S. This time we won't be taking digital SLRs. We have kind of upgraded our kits and changed them along the way.
I think especially for travel vlogging and that sort of thing, and when I'm not doing photo shoots specifically overseas or anything like that, in terms of like portrait photo shoots, I don't feel the need to bring my other kit, which is my Canon kit, and which I still have. I just don't feel like it's ideal for traveling. It's so heavy and I do have quite a few lenses with it, whereas we're really happy with the kit that we kind of have at the moment. We're definitely looking at expanding this in the future, but for now, we feel like we want to travel light on this particular trip. What is that like? I don't even know what it is like to travel light to somewhere like Europe, because I've never tried to do that before and I've never had the resources or capacity to do so. So I'm very excited to travel light this time.
Back in 2020, I bought myself a Sony A7 camera, but unfortunately in the past few months, it actually got stolen. Haven't got that camera anymore. So the only camera that we'll be taking overseas to share is the camera that is on the tripod filming this video, which is a Panasonic Lumix S5.
So when we say only camera, this is going to be our only like bigger camera, I guess you would call it, even though it's mirrorless and it is substantially lighter than our previous cameras that we've used overseas. This will be for really getting those nice cinematic shots and doing a bit of travel photography along the way. I believe the lens that we have on this particular camera at the moment is the 20 to 60mm lens, and that's a really handy lens for traveling because it's not too big. It has a really good range, so you can go a little bit wider if you need to, but you can still kind of get some nice portrait shots and video if we need to as well. So the next thing that we're going to be sharing with you guys is actually our next piece of camera equipment, and it's going to be basically our vlog camera of choice for the most part because it's very lightweight and small. And yeah, basically those two things are just like the best thing about it, and the quality of it is really, really great. We've been using this for a little while now, and we actually bought it at the beginning of this year. But before we get into that particular camera just yet, I just want to show you guys what I'm actually going to be traveling with, because for the first time ever, I'm not traveling with a camera bag at all. I'm actually traveling with a little case here. It's a hard case, and I'm using it for the camera that I just spoke about, to store that, and some cables and things. So I actually got this from Strand Bags here in Australia, and it's just a really good size. There's good little pockets here, so everything's not going to be floating around my suitcase as it usually is, or my carry-on. So finally, for the camera that we will be using mainly for vlogging, it is the DJI Osmo Pocket 2. So this camera is so good. We have to show this to you guys. So this is the casing for it, and this is what it looks like.
It's great because it's got the built-in gimbal, so you always have the stabilization straight away, which is something that's really disliked about having the digital SLR or the mirrorless or even our old compact camera, is like the stabilization can be really horrible. Whereas this is perfect, especially for traveling. It's also very discreet, so it's quite easy to film things and not draw too much attention to yourself with a bigger camera.
Obviously, stabilization is something you can fix in post-processing, but obviously when we're trying to capture footage, ideally we wouldn't like to have to do anything to it. And yes, we can go and purchase a gimbal for our SLRs or for our mirrorless cameras. Having said that, it's heavy. It's a lot of extra equipment to be carrying with us when we're traveling. Ideally, something like this is just awesome. I have loved using this so far. It does shoot 4K footage at 60 frames, so we really enjoy using it. It gives us the quality that we need. The only thing about it that we don't particularly like is in low light situations, sometimes the footage is a little bit crusty, I'm not gonna lie. It's quite grainy, and it does struggle quite a bit with picking up in low light situations. Having said that, the audio is quite good too because it comes with a little external mic, so we can clip this to ourselves. Once again, it's not too big. I mean, it draws a little bit of attention, but not a lot, and even the sound by itself is not too bad compared to some of the vlog cameras we've used in the past. Another really cool thing about the Osmo is it actually has another lens that comes with the extension pack, and look at it, it's just a wider angle lens that actually clips into the casing. So everything clips to the casing. It's actually even got a little tripod that clips on. and you can actually unscrew this from the casing and screw it onto the DJI Osmo and then use it as a tripod. So I think it's really cool, and there's heaps of cool little accessories that you can get for it.
The most recent addition to our kit is in this bag. We've used it a few times already. If you've seen our most recent videos from Victoria, we used it there a couple of times, and this is our brand new drone. So this is the DJI Mini 2, and so far it's really great. I've loved every second of it. We used to have the Spark, and again, like my Sony, it was actually stolen from us. So we had to get a new drone. I actually prefer this one a lot more because it can shoot in 4K. It's really light, it folds up unlike the Spark. To be honest, I've actually found it much easier to actually use and control. So that's been a great plus. Inside we have extra batteries, and we've also got the remote control, which is probably the biggest difference between this and the Spark. I much prefer this controller to the Spark controller. It's just such a cool drone. I'm really looking forward to using this in Europe somewhere.
I think one thing that Dan did really well with this purchase is that he recommended getting the Mini for the fact that it's actually super light. It actually comes in, I think, at 249 grams, something like that. So I think for a lot of places around the world, 250 grams is kind of a limit. And if you're flying a drone that's over that limit, a lot of the time you'll need to have a license, or you'll need to have permission for filming in certain areas. So as much as I wanted to go get the Mavic Pro or the Air, I just felt like in the end, I think Dan saying initially that he thought it would be a better idea to get something like this to travel with. For the time being at least, I think is a much better idea, because once again, we're keeping our kit really light if we need to. We're also able to probably use it a little bit more in certain areas. And then for the last couple of things, it's actually a microphone. So we do have one on this camera at the moment, the Panasonic that's currently filming, and it's just the Rode Video Micro microphone. So we'll probably show an insert here in the video of what that looks like. And that's really good for vlogging and just keeping on the camera. And we also have our Rode Love Mic here. So this is actually really good for when we're outside. If we're a little bit further away from the camera and we need to use a microphone, we'll likely use this when we need to. This part here actually clips onto the camera. This part actually clips onto yourself, and it really works well, and the audio is really great that comes from this. So that's another thing that we'll be taking in our camera bags as well.
So when it comes to camera equipment, that's literally all we're going to be taking. As you can see, it's very light and very small, so it's great for traveling with. The only other thing that we will probably be using is our phones. So I have the Samsung S20 and Kayleigh has the iPhone 13 Pro. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you like this video, make sure you click the like button and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all our videos. We're really looking forward to going to Europe and making lots of content there, and we hope you enjoy the future videos as well.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Daniel Walker Photo and at Kayleigh Travels for more updates and all the photos that we're going to be taking along the way.
Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.